In terms of the question on women's dress, even amongst family, there's a basic value, there's that which one covers properly, even, even at home, right? And that which is supposed to be covered should be covered in a loose, modest, and dignified way. Loose does not mean it has to be flapping like you're in a tent, but it should not be tight. So it should be loose, modest, and dignified. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. So wearing very tight clothing, even on one's own, is not proper. But tight clothing amongst others, that's not. So if a Muslim man, for example, is at the gym, they should not be covering the area between navel and knee in just like, in anything that is skin tight. It's unbecoming the dignity of a believer, and wearing that kind of clothing in front of others, even if it's only men, is prohibitively disliked. Right? Wearing that which is skin tight. If there is some tightness, in particularly the mid area for women, the mid area and the chest area as well, particularly, there would be dislikedness to the extent of tightness. This applies to both men and to women. Right? Wearing opaque clothes is like being naked. Right? So that which you cannot uncover, you cannot cover with opaque clothing. And there's a lot of laxity with that, both within households, right? And this has always been a case, because human beings have an animal self. Right? Religion has come for us to be servants of God, and part of becoming principled servants of God, honorable servants of God, is that we restrain and channel our animal self, and we cultivate and bring to fruition our angelic self. Right? And it's a reality that physical attraction that exists, if people behave in indiscreet ways at home, it'll have negative expressions. And this has always been the case. The ulama have talked about it classically. People of other civilizations talk about this because they're human challenges. Religion gives us divinely granted, divinely gifted guidance on preservation of human benefit. But it is a reality in many cultures where the more people are lax about dress within households, that sexual indiscretion is greater between siblings, but even between parents and children, etc., in ways that are devastating for the well-being of households. Of course, the initiating party is the sinner, right? But Islam gives us navigational guides to lessen harm in these kinds of situations. Right? There's a reality that something that people are tested with. Some men have desires towards other men. Some women have desires towards other women, and those can be made worse by tighter clothing, etc. And those are things that the believer stays far away from. Stays far away from. Barakallahu ta'ala fikum. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah.